will go away with the World Cup seed, the other one empty-handed.
Yep, and just context. If actually, like just mentioned, yeah, the loser of this is eliminated.
Yeah.
But I've been walking around the office here all day. It's like, oh, where's Crookst? Let's see what Crookst up. This guy has been grinding.
He's been in there.
He's been grinding games. I don't even think nothing against not watching the games. He's been solely focused on grinding and like coming into this game the best version of himself possible.
For sure.
And that's just his personality, and that's just who he is, and we'll see if that pays off.
Both wanting to play as well as possible, of course, but also because he has a mad respect for Lennli, knows the fierce competition that he's up against. This is going to be a tough battle, one that is going to be incredibly hard to predict. So what better, Rainbow, than getting straight into round number 1 of game number 1. We're playing Move. These guys can maneuver everywhere they want to get as much info as they possibly can.
Game 1, round 1, Move. Crookst versus Lennli. Let's start round.
Take a big breath, everyone, because you might not be able to throughout the remainder of the series.
We're gonna need to stand up eventually for this game.
We will.
This is gonna be.
We're starting sitting, and then we'll probably be up. So we'll be standing up in probably 10 seconds, something like that.
True. I think the under.
We'll start low. It's these guys who make their way down the street. It's very urban, but it's limited. What signs, what info they have to go off of. Unless if Michelle there.
We have Mexico poles here, and we do see Crookst immediately zooming in north, and he's gonna. Oh, he has information.
He's on the highway already.
He's locked in.
Quick lock coming in. We know Crookst likes to go off of early info and just full speed.
Lennli does not have the same info, and he's going.
He's far south. Mexico City.
Crookst.
It's normally a good guess, but this is border territory. A ton of damage coming through right from the bat. That is one of the highest round 1 damages we've seen in the entire tournament.
Actually, it probably is the highest. I'm not sure anyone has ever.
3,200 straight on the money. I mean, you said it before. If you're unsure, go Mexico City, but not when you're up against Crookst. He was on point.
And we saw yesterday too that Lennli is one of his disadvantages in moving is not finding information.
Exactly.
Round 2, USA.
Out in the open we go. It's probably mainly going to be landscape and foliage knowledge that's going to grant you a win in this round, but let's see what they find.
We see Lennli, both players going uphill here. Let's see what they see. This will be interesting. That sign means nothing, and we do see Crookst zooming in, see if there's ballers or anything like that he can get out of this. This is interesting. It feels almost... Let me see if we can read the sign. He knows the National Forest, New Mexico. It is New Mexico, and he's there.
Is he going to log it?
That's the right forest. He's in the right forest. Where is Lennli going to go? Could Lennli ever get 2-rounded here? Because you could easily not go New Mexico. This is a sleeper New Mexico.
That would be insane. Let's see where he goes. He's all the way up to Albuquerque.
But it's still... He says, give me the old compass.
He's got the time. He's got the time. Let's just change it, but it's Crookst again. Right on point. He is coming in hot as can be. 1,100 damage. Lennli only 3 rounds in, down to almost 1,700 health.
Something just made me like proud that Crookst just knew National Forest in America as an American.
Insane, man.
And
Crookst is insane. He's locked in.
Gracious, Toby. We're going to Brazil?
Brazil. We're keeping the big countries in play throughout the beginning of this one.
We said earlier, or Crookst said yesterday, or 2 days ago, that he wants Brazil, and by golly, give it to him.
Well, you know what?
Lennli not out of it yet, though.
You might be able to 3-round Lennli here, Crookst, but then you got to log it in.
Did Lennli just send a GG emote?
There's no way.
He just sent a GG emote.
Did. There's no way, Lennli. Keep your mind in it, bro. There's still plenty to play for.
It's not over until it's over, and we see Manalskas here, and he's locked in. Is this... Lennli's going slightly more south.
Further off. Again, multipliers still haven't gotten to stack too much just yet. So even if he's off, it should not be GG just yet.
It could be. It would be if Crookst is on there. It's actually Lennli this time.
It is Lennli to find it. So GG maybe for himself there. Good game, good damage. 3,000 what looked to be potential downfall for Lennli. Now all of a sudden he's right back in it.
And just like that, that's how easy it is when you get these multis.
Huge.
As moving around 5, this looks like one of those standard southern Chilean roads here.
Rule once more.
Both players know this. Who lines up the road near the 7, maybe? We'll see.
We're getting a really good variety here of urban and rural areas.
Yes.
Playing to both players' favors here, not wanting to pick any sides from the seat they're given.
And we do see Crookst going south, Lennli going north, which means they'll get separate information. But you'll eventually see, I think in the next couple of seconds, someone might just kind of give up and just region guess.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be a long road until you find something of value.
Maybe a cow is going to give you the info.
Oh,
ask it nicely.
I spoke too soon as Crookst found information.
Crucial info as well.
Can he apply it?
He's going to be able to find the exact position. He knows he has the time right now.
He's going more north. Oh, he's going south now. Okay.
He's
Crookst
taking
is
his time
scanning
here,
for the
both
road.
of them. Yeah, both of them taking their time. They know they have the river right next to it, so that's what they're looking for. Road's so small that you have to zoom in really, really far in order to even have them rendered.
A white road around the 7.
5 seconds left remaining. I would imagine these guys take it all the way till the end. Let's see who's going to be closer. Lennli down to 1,700 health. He wants to hit it, and he will hit it. Just like that. 2 rounds in, and we're getting back closer to even. Still, almost 1,000 health higher is Crookst, but chipping away twice now. Lennli fighting his way back into it.
Round 5.
Lads.
We're in the UK. Which player will be okay?
See what you did there. I appreciate it.
I do my best.
We all enjoy it. Let's see. Plenty of info to be found on these signs, but is it enough for them to go by? Plenty of street info there as well. They're both seeing the exact same place. This might just be a skip it and move on. Lennli quickly locked in. Let's see if Crookst wants to go for the 5K.
Every point does matter, so having these extra 10 seconds and getting down to the exact city here will add up.
I mean, we saw it in the previous game. What did he lose by? Salik, 200 points? I mean, it's... And over the course of 10 rounds, that really can stack up quite easily. Crookst does find it, had a little extra time, able to lock it in. 300 damage done, sending Lennli down to under 1,400.
Round 6 of 10 as we move into back to Europe here. This looks like it's going to be, let's see, Czechia.
Text on the walls of the buildings. You have the C set down in the bottom as well. That's a quick info gather up that it is going to be Czechia. And it's just going to be a matter of where do you just plunk it into Prague or do you go for something more specific?
I think you... Yeah, I like Lennli's guess here, going more east, because it looks like Slovakia, low-key. Where will Crookst go is a question. He's going Czechia as well.
Sending up the road here, taking his time. It's interesting to see them trying to utilize the strategies differently. Lennli feels like he has enough info on that board to try and specifically find it on the map.
So
Crookst wants to fly up the map.
Crookst on the bridge, in context for Czechian bridges, their bridge has numbers on it that tells you where the bridge is. But Crookst's not using that.
Nope, 10 seconds to play. He's still looking for more crucial info. Hasn't quite found exactly what he wanted yet here.
We could see marginal points, but we'll see. We do see difference, and it's actually going to go to Lennli.
Lennli again, fighting back blow after blow here. It's going to even out eventually. 900 damage as he now sits just 300 ahead.
300 point difference going in to 4x damage, and this
could be game.
This could be, because this is where Lennli lost like 3,200 points in round 1.
True. Hopefully he learned from then. It's not been too long. There hasn't been a whole lot of time to go back and analyze your plays.
Lennli's generally known for being good at Mexico, and that information that he's found that sign will probably get him enough.
It was Crookst to instantly find the needed info earlier. Lennli this time round, though, has a little more time to work with, as Crookst has still yet to lock in his answer.
Both players scanning the same street signs. They're looking for anything to give them the edge in Mexico. Taxi. And Crookst is going Yucatan.
Ooh.
Both players going Yucatan.
Might be looking at a 0-pointer here, making our way to round 8, but now the lock-in comes. 15 seconds for Crookst left to work with. Does he have the info he needed? He will go out on the peninsula, but he's on the western side of it in Merida.
Who's right, east or west?
It's going to be big points regardless. 4 times multiplier. Not going to go over this Lennli. Is that a 5K? Almost a 5K. Tons of damage coming through, and it will be enough. Lennli, despite going down 3,200 on the very first round, claws back into it and takes game number 1.
Game 1.
Huge. Any other player, many other people would be devastated after taking such a big blow right out of the gates. But Lennli kept his cool, played it smart, gives the camera the death stare, never was he in doubt, and he brings it home 1-0 in favor of the German. What a comeback.
What a comeback. And that's, you know, he mentioned in the pre-broadcast there that he thinks he has the moving advantage. It showed.
And what better to win the round on Mexico, the same exact place you saw, and you said as well that he lost all those points on in the beginning.
Lennli's had these constant stories of comebacks. Don't count them out.
Insane.
But it's also best of 5 and play these games for a reason.
Definitely is. We're headed into no move. Lennli said that might be where he has the upper hand. We'll see. We'll see how things are going to fare here.
This 1/360 panorama that should get us in Borneo, Malaysia. Surely not mainland. Oh, Cope. Let's see. Let's see where the players go.
Semi-truck, a cement truck there in the background, probably not giving you the info that you were hoping for. Crookst, though, instantly down towards Brunei. We'll see if he's going to commit to that or not. Maybe just the early luck. They're going for the road specifics now.
We have a Sarawak guest here by Lennli, looking for a road that's slightly north.
Is that a 10K in the making, since they're both taking their time?
No, they're pretty separate, actually, regions right now.
Yeah, they are now. They are. True. For those of you guys who don't know, when you do log in your guess, if it's not under 15 seconds left on the clock already, the opponent only has 15 seconds. That's why you oftentimes see if someone gets info very early on, he'll just instantly pin it so that the player, instead of having a minute left to work with, only gets 15 seconds. That can sometimes mean make or break, but this time around, neither two players finding the info they need to kind of make them dare to go for the early pick here.
Yep, both players. And again, I think Crookst made his way down to Sarawak here. And assuming that Lennli stayed, we'll see minimal points. Even if they're both right or wrong.
Yep, it's going to be close. They're both a bit off. They were both hovering up there, like each of their own. They were both looking up and, nah, it's not that far, go back. It's not that far, go back. Classic. There was some second guessing. They stuck down towards the west and they, well, I mean, again, not too much damage outfit.
And this history repeats itself, Toby. Round 2. It looks like we're back in Mex.
Let's see if they can find, let's see if they can locate exactly where in Mexico we are positioned. A few commercials here and there, some big semi-trucks blocking off what could potentially be crucial information, but also, of course, information to be found on said trucks themselves. Always dangerous to semi-trucks, so they do tend to drive pretty far. So even if they have like a region name on it or a phone code or something, it becomes dangerous because they could have been driving all night from the opposite side of the country.
Corona. Actually a good indicator for Mexico. Corona and
True. Now we just need a sombrero kind of flying across the street and we all good. Crookst locked it in early, just south of Merida. We'll see if he's going to be right about it. Lennli goes towards Mexico as well, up towards Merida proper.
He's moving slightly more south of Yucatan. He's scanning all over the place, looking for something that lines up here. 1 second left, who's closer? It's going to be Crookst.
Crookst finds it. He's on the correct road as well, just a bit further off towards the east. So double hit towards Lennli, but still the damage small enough that it's nowhere near what we saw in the beginning of the previous round.
That's small enough damage as we move into a big enough country. This will be Australia. Both players zoom in, looking around.
Plenty of info to be found here on the street, but you can't move. You can't get that better angle around the tree.
Yellow plate there on a Crookst screen. Usually yellow plates would indicate NSW, and so that's where he's zooming in.
Crookst down towards Sydney, down towards the southeastern tip of Australia. Lennli has still yet to open the map. Still 30 seconds to go, though, so plenty of time to work with. Looking for flags, looking for cars, looking for license plates, anything that can hint them to the exact location they're supposed to go to. Maybe the wooden man in there behind the window. The wagon is going to give him the info needed. If he has some old info on this particular town, but given that he's not pulled up the map yet, I highly doubt it.
And he's going slightly more north of Crookst, hedging slightly more west as well, just west of Sydney. Crookst is more south on the Vic border.
We have 5 seconds to go further north. 5 more seconds.
Is he looking even more inland? It could be. We'll see.
2 times the multiplier. It's not going to be huge, but it's still going to be there. Lennli misses it by a bit. Damage going to come through and hit him hard. 1,000 health almost chipped off of him as it goes down to 4,300.
Crookst taking the 1,700 point advantage going in. He has yet to lose any points in this number one game.
It's big, but again, I mean, he was looking very solid in the previous 1-2 until all of a sudden Lennli started punching back. So we'll see if Crookst can make this a flawless victory.
We have the Nigeria fellow car here with hills. Ever Abuja Hills is what you ponder.
Well, a lot of copyrights there to read. I can give you the info on exactly when and where these photos are taken. But Lennli looking towards the map, going into Nigeria.
Crookst is trusting the Abuja Hills. Yeah. And Lennli going slightly more east. He's in between a couple of locations.
Lennli's bouncing back and forth. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Where are we going, Lennli?
Pick a Nigeria spot by the toe.
True. So true. Oh, he was looking to go even further away, and oh, the Eeny was right, the Mo was not. Crookst is going to take it. Once again, plenty of damage coming through. 1,800. Just under 2,500 for Lennli now, but he's been down here before and clawed his way back, and now he's going to have to try to do that again.
This is almost where Lennli thrives the most.
True. Up against the wall. If you fall, you are out of the World Cup.
We're on 3x damage now, and we're going to be in Cambodia with this poop cam. We do have the house on stilts. Both players will get Cambo. And we just have a non-pin guess, presumably by both players, and we move into a quick round 6.
Quick plonk here from Lennli, just throwing the marker down, clicking out instantly, not even trying to find the 5k. They both do it. They're going to be a bit off because of it, but it's not going to matter too much. Minimal damage coming through, just 50.
Still flawless.
Double-digit damage, not going to hurt.
Round 6.
Beautiful territory.
Beautiful. Looks like colo fencing.
Could also be... Where are we going to see?
We can turn to the back of the car here and see black car and Tana with these colo fences. This will be colo. By colo, I mean Colombia.
Not Colorado, for those who should be confused.
Facts.
Let's see, we are headed up towards Colombia. Crookst instantly zooming in. Lennli still yet to look at his map. He's looking down towards the road itself. As we said earlier, sometimes when they get even the specific roads down correctly, they'll look into the ground itself, and they'll look at the compass on the bottom left side of their screen. So you can see it spinning around as they do. They'll put the indicator straight north so that they can figure, is this road going north to west? Is it going a little slanted off towards perhaps the southwest? And then try and figure out, can I see this specific road and the layout based on which directions I'm looking in. And when you're not allowed to move at all, that can really be crucial information to obtain.
Quite literally. And look, how close are they right now?
See, 5 more seconds. Neither one too interested in
locking
it in.
They're pretty far away. Lennli's, or not that far, but enough to get points.
It's 3.5 multiplier. It could be huge. It's Crookst who's closest once more. Lennli.
Someone.
It's going to take some big damage here. It's going to be enough, and Lennli will fall. We have game 4 guaranteed as we're headed in to move once again. 1-1 is the scoreline.
And Crookst winning that game without taking any damage.
Huge. Flawless games at this level of play are so few and far between, especially when we have this many rounds in. Normally, if it's a game round 1, round 2, round 3, it's more common, but we were way down the line in this one for that to be like something we see too often.
Oh my goodness.
You said it was going to be a big game, bro. You said it was going to be a big game.
It's a big game.
It is. It really is.
It's a big game. It's amounting to everything I expected.
Headed into round 3, 3 of 5 here. We are playing a best of 5. First to 3 wins this match. We headed back into move. They were here just before Lennli took it home, but now let's see if Crookst can strike again.
We're back to moving. This is a best of 5, first to 3 wins. Back on the moving in Japan.
Here we go.
What you'll see when we spawn it is exactly this by both players.
All the info on those electricity poles.
These plates hold the truth.
And then they both spun away.
No, there
you go. There you go.
They got closer.
141 info obtained as they continue further, because one thing is you might have the region down, but you want to get the road specifics. You want to try and see if you can find that 5k.
These plates give regional clues in Japan. It's one of the more unlocked things in the past years. And we do see Crookst zooming in confidently.
You say that, but he kind of hovers back out again now. Ooh, nice sign there. Plenty of info. That being, of course, if you can read Japanese.
I can speak Japanese.
I'm sure you can. Nice image there of... Was that? Oh, no, I can't remember the name of the movie, but that's a really good movie. With the dog, Siberian Husky thing. Yeah, any case. Let's stay in it. Lennli up towards the northern side of Japan here.
Crookst slightly more south of where Lennli is. He might... or around where Lennli is, we'll see. Or he ends up plonking the last second here. And it's going to be right next to Lennli. They're hugging.
Right on top of one another. No multipliers here in the first round. This is going to be maybe even single-digit damage, as they're right on each their side of it itself. 9 damage, single-digit. Not going to hurt anyone.
9.
9 indeed. It's the German who got hit by it, so it's fine.
True. Round 2.
Ooh. Wait, can the Google car even continue? It seems like it's completely surrounded by foliage here.
Do whatever you want to do.
The next pixel forward is just going to be a branch.
So usually when you see hedgerows like this on the side, you go like UK or Ireland, but you're definitely going to have to move around and figure out like, where the heck are we?
Yep, gotta get yourself out of this maze.
Actually, it looks more, maybe yeah, that makes sense.
We've seen games being lost because you get trapped in this area, where Lennli is going for the foliage info. You see Crookst instantly finding a street sign there, maybe indicating the city specifics that he's looking for, to try and see if he can get down the mark quickly.
Yep. This is, and you know, Italy, you can't pick up points in Italy, but also like slow and steady. You know, you get a couple hundred points here and there, and then before you know it, round 10.
It's almost as if there's quite a bit on the line here. So it makes sense that the players are more hesitant to go for the very, very quick guesses, unless if there's something that jumps straight to their eyes.
Exactly. And once you give enough time, you almost have to like I've already given them enough time. I might as well just commit the rest.
Exactly. 5 seconds left to play with.
Both near Rome. Lennli going near Naples.
Splitting a little bit.
Staying north.
Lennli goes further south. Crookst goes further north. Let's see where it's going to be. It's going to be further south than both of them. So Lennli, the closest one on this one, will strike back after that initial 9 damage. We'll hit a solid 500 onto Crookst.
And this is what we wanted to see. Looks like we're moving to round 3 here with the Russia, which is fun.
Sure is. Always hard to reach in like Russia, unless if you have Finbar on your team.
Yes, but both these players also zoom in on the antenna immediately, meaning they know what that means. Area codes, reading. Crookst can definitely read Cyrillic at this level.
Plenty of text to go by.
And he's going north of Moscow. Makes sense. And he's locking it in. I think bro just read the town on that sign, if I'm going to be honest.
Plenty of text.
We'll see.
Does Lennli like what he sees? Has still yet to open the map. Not as confident as Crookst is here. As I say that though, now he starts zooming and he's further towards the western side. 2 times multiplier. It's not going to be much, but it's still going to be quite the hit as Crookst. Does he 5k that? No, but almost.
Wow. Learn Cyrillic is a moral of that story.
Absolutely huge damage coming through. It's round 3, and now Lennli, just like that, down to under half health.
That... Clap.
Clap indeed. Clap indeed. Respect to people that go out of their way to find niche knowledge. And while Russian lettering isn't niche per se, it's something that you only really get use of sometimes. And this right here is a crucial situation.
We have Nigeria here, obviously, with the follow car with this camera. You know, do you ever go southeast with the red soil palms? Who knows?
We'll see. We'll see. 2.5 multiply. Nigeria, a big enough country that if they go opposite regions, it could be very, very painful. Yes, potentially even a loss for Lennli.
Yeah, I mean, with Lennli's 2,500 points to his name, like,
you can see he's not liking it here. Flaking his hand, kind of shaking his head from side to side, not too satisfied with what he's seeing. They're probably both aware that it is in fact Nigeria, you'd imagine. But outside of that, not liking what he's found so far.
Not quite. This will be interesting.
Sure will. Crookst moves on to more signs. Church of God on the opposite side does have a city name on it too. It could just have. He's going straight in towards the center there.
I like the guess here. Let's see if Lennli follows suit. And he's going in Benin City as well.
Both there. Oh, Lennli was about to go off. Does he go off? He does go off, and he's going further away.
It's Benin City.
Lennli was hovering all the way down to Calabar, but fortunately didn't click the button. He takes 400, but he'll gladly take the 400 rather than the probably 2,000 he would have taken had he gone further away.
It's always a good sign. Round 5. Let's keep the pace high. Good. We have Gen 4 coverage here. It looked immediately like Malay to me. It could be Indo, but if it is Malay, it would have to be mainland Malay. And then where do you go in mainland Malay? Good question, Toby. Don't know.
Do you commit off of rule info here? Do you keep on moving until you get something urban, some signs that you can go by?
We do have signs here by Lennli. And we do have black sticker here, and we do see Lennli committing maxed out. Maybe? Where you do get these yellow signs in Johor. We will see both players getting Johor, presumably.
Have to imagine, but yep, here you go, just on the southern side of Kuala Lumpur itself. As these guys very close to one another. Lennli just in micro adjusting a bit, goes a bit further away, and
about as north as you can get for those signs.
True. That's 75 damage gone the other way. Not too much, but again, I mean, even though Lennli is far down in the first round of move, he was in this exact situation and found a win regardless. So don't count him out just yet.
Round 6 coming up. And this will be a small country. Small countries equal what, Toby?
Insta-skip.
Insta-skip.
Just go to Qatar, plunk it in, get going, stack the multipliers.
UAE, but close. 50-50. 50-50.
And it even said Dubai there. I just didn't take my time to read the sign.
Yeah, it's kind of basic.
Good thing the players do that instead of me. That's good.
Yep.
There you go. Get somewhere into Dubai. Regardless of how this goes down, you're maybe looking to lose 50 to 100 points. So it's not going to be the end of the world, even if you get damage done. You want to... I mean, there's only so much brain power in people, and you want to focus your attention on the map that are more important.
On top of each other. 11.
There you go, 11 damage. They'll take that in at the end of the week, but because of us moving further forward, we are now increasing these modifiers once more. Round 7, 4 times multiplier.
We spawn in immediately, looking at the yellow post with the red soil. Both players will go WA.
And by WA, you mean?
Western Australia.
There you go. For the Lanko fans in there, they appreciate the WA. For the people that say, what is WA?
Every time I say WA, all the Australians are like, we don't call it WA.
We don't call it WA.
We call it WA. Okay, I call it I'm sorry, bro. I'm trying.
We're creating our own languages here in the Geoguessr community. That's what we do. while Western Australia will see. They're both over on that vicinity, but
Lennli's
even in Western Australia, I mean, that's a pretty big
sign,
space.
I think, gave him the city.
Is Crookst going further south here? Again, 4 times multiplier. Lennli down to 2,000 health. This could be huge if it goes even further. Is he going to click it?
More south? He's going to stay. And it's Lennli in the city.
Oh, almost 5King as well. 1.2 kilometers off. Huge round there. Good for Crookst that he didn't go further away, because that could have potentially taken him out.
You know what also is good for Crookst?
Tell me.
Presumably this.
Let's see. Let's see if
and
a smile comes on his face as he sees this map.
I mean, Lennli also very talented, and it will... And, okay, bro.
Nice market there.
Okay, bro.
A quick pick in from Crookst. He saw the entire shoreline. He had the complete outline of the city. Is this just an insta pick from him? I think it might have been.
Okay, both players there.
Marcelo, they're both there.
Crookst hoping he could get away there.
Yeah.
He could not.
Nope, not going to happen. 14 damage. It's not going to be too much, but again, we're just going to stack the multipliers. 2 rounds left to play here before we head into round number 10. And should neither player beat that by the time round 10 concludes, it's the one that has the least health left that will be taken out. So right now, with Lennli's at 2,000 points behind Crookst, he needs to start chopping away in this next round, and this round in particular, if we are to see a close round 10. He needs to get somewhat even with Crookst here now.
He needs to slow and steady. He needs to pick up at least a couple thousand points here.
Exactly. You don't want a round 10.
Australia, we have the polls. I mean, what do you do? You go Queensland here. What do you do here?
Oh, Queensland, big area as well.
Oh, that's a yellow plate. NSW. North NSW ever. What's the vibes? Can't read the trash can.
Tries to go further down the street again. Get out of the housing area, get into the main streets, find the signs, find the shops, find the info needed in order to lock down the exact position. There are some restaurants up the road. Ooh, nice road sign there. Plenty of info to be found with the street names too.
And Crookst is also scanning. He's scanning for something on a different sign here that he has. Both players looking in an NSW.
Gonna be nearby, which could take us into round 10, which also, I mean, for Lennli, he needs to win this one. Even if it's not gonna be big, just find 600-700 damage. That could make the last round much easier.
Oh, they're both there.
Might
they're both there. We're going into round 10.
It's gonna be round 10, but it's gonna be round 10 that's gonna favor
He's praying that Crookst didn't find it.
Yep.
Newsflash, he did.
He did. He found it. Lennli was hoping, but it wasn't meant to be. Both of them on point. Solid 5K from Crookst, trying to cement this win now. Lennli needs at least 2,400 damage onto Crookst in order to bring this one home.
Toby.
Let's go.
We're on round 10.
We are.
1 round
to rule
for either player to bring this home.
This would be huge. Going into a 2-1 lead, potentially out there to win it on the next no move would be huge. So let's see where, dear Rainbow, are we going?
Pack your bags. We're going to Peru.
Peru is where we are headed. Big enough country that Lennli could bring this one home. But
it's anyone's game.
Is it enough info? Just off of what you see here, Trevor. Is it enough info for them to instantly lock it in?
No. I mean, his goal is instant lock in?
He's going for it. Lennli is gambling.
We ball. I'm not giving Crookst any information. I'm going to force him to make a region guess. We have 10 seconds and we know who wins.
Lennli just said, Crookst, you are not given any time here. He has to pick it.
He's also going south.
They're close.
Will it be south enough?
Oh, he's going further north. He's going far further north.
He did it.
And he gets it. He plunks straight into the win, and that is going to be 2 rounds in a row for Crookst. Lennli down once more as we head into round number 4.
We're 1 game away from Crookst earning position at Stockholm in September.
That final adjustment, he was at the same distance on the south side of Lennli as he was to the marker, like to the point. But he jumps up about, 200-300 kilometers north of Lennli there to bring it home in the end. Huge.
Classic
A last-second move from Crookst gives him the win in round 3.
Yeah, I think any good guess there.
Huge.
He just had to be close. He could have just been right on Lennli. He still would have won.
True. Now we're back into no move. Lennli said that he is more comfortable here. Let's see if it's gonna ring true once again. Crookst with a chance of taking it home, with a chance of eliminating Lennli from the tournament, from the qualification to the World Cup with a win in this match. If not, we're headed into an NPC for the final 5th round, but let's not get there yet.
Game 4, no move. Starting in Turkey.
Turkey's where it's at. We've seen some big plays coming out of Turkey.
Both players are going to know Turkey here.
Definitely will be.
But you see somewhat of an urban city to our north. And, yeah.
And while they're trying to find this, just to go back to Lennli's last play there, immense props.
Crookst zooming into Ankara.
He saw what Crookst could do with all the info, like all the time he was given. Here he says, I have a pretty good estimate. I'm just going to full speed send it early on.
You have to respect that. You have to respect it.
Yes, really, really impressive. But now, new round, new game. Lennli is fighting from behind this time around.
Eskizer here, zoom in here by Lennli. And when you zoom in that close, he might know something. It is going to be Western Turkey, I think.
27 seconds left. Neither one locking in so far, wanting a little extra info. And again, they're looking at buildings in the distance.
They're pretty far apart here.
They're trying to kind of figure the ridge line there over the hillsides in the background. Maybe they can line up the mountains, figure out exactly what valley they're finding themselves in.
We'll see. I'm not sure who's closest here.
Somewhat of a distance in between them. 2 seconds left, 1 second. Any adjustments? It has to be
They've
now.
gotten somewhat close again, and it was right where Crookst was, but he moved away. If he kept his plonk within 1 second, he 5Ks.
That would have been insane. East of Ankara is where it was. Lennli to take damage early on, but again, it's not the first time he's been the one to feel the hurt in the early rounds. So let's see if he can make his way back from this one.
Round 2, let's keep the pace high. What is this, Norway?
It's beautiful, that's what I'm gonna say.
So then probably.
Very beautiful.
Crookst zooms into Norway, and he type of zoom that looks like he's going to send within the next 10 seconds.
He might just. He does live right on the border, so or the neighboring country at least. I'm not actually exactly sure where Crookst lived, but close there too. So might have a little bit of an advantage against Lennli. Going up towards Scandinavia here. We'll see Lennli going up towards Norway too, but much further towards north now, starting to send it back towards the south once more. Foliage, mountains, can you line up any of these hills, the mountain faces that are direction towards the sun?
Here, Trondheim.
Oh, he's looking far north.
The thing about Norway, Toby, is that sometimes you click north, it's south, sometimes you click south, it's north. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing. It's anyone's game in this type of country.
And it's foliage and it's landscape exclusive. No signs, no nothing else to go by. Not even a single electricity pole. One goes south. Lennli down towards the south here as well. It's not going to be a big game, but as I say that, actually, Crookst much further north than I initially thought.
And then he's picking up 1,000 points as we hold for a second here. Take a deep breath, Toby.
We'll hold here for a second.
Pause, champ.
As they get ready for the next match. Get a little bit of time to think through what's the play going to be. Am I going to start, again, going back into the quick picks? We haven't seen too many quick picks, but the few times we have seen where they just instantly plonk it, it's been in very, very important rounds.
Yeah. And then these no moving, though, it's you know, you could look at Crookst's score and be like, down 700, make a couple good guesses, but it's only once these multis get higher, the guesses have higher stakes.
And this is where, in terms of mental fortitude, while Crookst might not have the same amount of LAN experience as Lennli does, simply the fact that he's a world record-holding Minecraft speedrunner, he knows, and I talked to him about it too, do you feel like this, like Minecraft past, gives you any advantages in a competitive setting like this? And he said, Toby, I'm just, like, when push comes to shove, when I have to, I can just zone in. I can isolate everything else that's happening around me, and I can just fully focus on what's going on in front of me. I think being able to do that and just ignore the pressure, ignore the people looking at you, ignore this camera that's currently in the face of Lennli is, I mean, you have to be able to do that in order to play to the top of your ability in these games.
For sure. I wonder what they're listening to.
With the way that he's bobbing his head back and forth, I'd go for like a solid 138 BPM, maybe 140. Something like that. Little fast-paced-ish music. You don't want to be too lo-fi, you know, when they're playing a...
I think you do, though, no?
What's your playlist like?
I mean, if you're playing Geoguessr, you gotta listen to like something like low music. All right, let's just keep it going.
I thought it was just high-speed drum and bass.
That'd be
keep the blood pumping.
Round 3, no move. Looks like we're in Canada. Who has advantage here in Canada? Let's find out. Crookst versus Lennli.
Big country. Big country, potentially a lot of points. Only 2 times multiplier, but that could be enough to...
This is an interesting location because usually...
Oh, he's already looking at roads here, Crookst. Crookst is not playing no hand. Yeah. Don't worry, it is a frozen webcam.
That would be quite... Guessing where I am on Google Maps, but not using my hands.
He has his feet on the mouse right now. We just can't see it. No, it's definitely just a frozen camera, so do not worry.
Both players in Newfie.
He went road specific very quickly.
Yeah, both
trying to line it up. Yep, both
lining up the road here.
As we said before, look at the compass, trying to line north.
It's crazy how impressive Crookst is that he can do this without any hands at all, Toby.
And he doesn't blink either. I mean, he's full
look
focus.
At this movement.
Full focus.
This is going to be but they're actually moving away. Lennli moves slightly more east. Crookst Crookst locked in. Lennli moving Scanning for anything that could line up here.
Nearby vicinity.
But they're still so close, so it'll be minimal points.
Only 2 times multiplier, and he finds it.
A
no-handed almost 5K. Not quite there, though, and we will take a little bit of a break.
Is Crookst the first person to get the 5K without using his hands?
The no-hand 5K? I mean, it's definitely not something... Maybe that's a video in the making.
I'll pass.
Playing 0.1 second NMP set, no hands. You just use your nose onto your mouse. There's definitely a strat in there. Somewhere for difficult game mode. Not that this game isn't difficult enough already, especially at this level of play. That's the guys that
really looks cool, calm, and composed here.
He's vibing. He's always, I mean, he's one of the guys where I feel like as soon as he enters a room, the room just gets a little bit happier. You know?
Yeah,
he comes in, he's such a good vibe around him, and everyone seems to always be smiling. He gives people hugs. You know, it's just all around a phenomenal guy.
Facts. You can say the same for Crookst.
We definitely can. We can say the same for most, if not all, of the players in this tournament.
Who's not? No. He says for the most, except for 2 people.
Except for this guy.
All right.
We are going to go back into it. Let's not wait any longer. Let's not have these guys have more pressure on their shoulders than they already do. Round 4, 2.5 times multiplier as we head over towards...
Japan.
Japan is where we're at.
Zooming in, Transformers, zooming in. There's no plates visible on the poles here, so this may be more of a region guess thing, unless... You see Crookst trying to take anything he can in here. And, you know, Crookst has made some insanely good guesses in Japan this year, but also, so is Lennli.
And just to refresh your memory, this is a best of 5. If Crookst takes this game, that is GG. That is game over for Lennli. Crookst would make it through to the World Cup representing Sweden. That's the only Swede in the World Cup that is going to be taking place here in Stockholm in September. So for Lennli, it's do or die time. He cannot slip here.
He's just west of Tokyo here, going up near Sendai.
Both going Japan, but Lennli is much further towards Osaka. This could be huge. Again, it might only be 2.5 times multiplier, but Japan can fool you. It's a very, very long country.
Both players in separate regions. You could see a case where neither player is closer. And we do see Crookst committing, and we see Lennli committing. Who is it?
Lennli slowly going closer and closer towards where Crookst is. Crookst last minute adjusts as well. He was all the way up there initially, but went further towards the main, like the center of the island. And therefore it's only, I say only in quotation marks, going to be 1,000 damage for Lennli.
We're moving to round 5 here. I just want to keep them playing.
Of course.
We're gonna be in Nigeria here. We have the follow car here, or the police follow car behind us. Super, super dry. Let's see who can make it. And we see Lennli going immediately to...
So just quick blocks. Potentially.
Both going in the same exact city here.
Gombe is where the first one is headed. Second one now. Crookst reconsidering
looking for a grid that lines up the city with east-west roads.
Crookst is reconsidering this. He went there initially, but he went back off, and he should have stuck with his initial idea, because this is going to be Lennli hitting 2,400 damage.
Wow, just like that, gone.
Big for Lennli to try and bring this into the final 5th game, the NMPC.
Oh, I mean, Crookst, he's been there before here. As he look into the next round here, what are we looking at? Let's see. This is interesting.
We're on the graveyard. This could be where one of these guys will indeed fall. It does not get any more morbid than this. This could be the downfall for Lennli if he doesn't get this one correct. If Crookst somehow, we've seen it before, out of nowhere pulls off a 5K, Lennli could definitely be in trouble. But on the other hand, Lennli could also start digging the grave of Crookst, as he could potentially take it into round 5.
Yeah. Toby, I don't know. I think it's Baltic.
It looks like it. Estonia is the choice.
I like this. Estonia lock in. I think he's right.
Oh, then he's shaking his head. He's not liking it. He's not liking it.
I think Crookst will be close enough to where he can win.
3, 2. He's winning America. This is going to be game.
That'll be it.
And he gets it. Crookst takes it. Lennli down and out. And that is him out of the run for the World Cup.
To Stockholm.
The Swede is going to represent Sweden at the World Cup in Stockholm in September. What a game. What a finish to a phenomenal last chance brawl between these two players.